it is an absolute epitome of the way they want every society to be. What is happening is that people are being stopped from saying things if they upset or could upset others or could open people to ridicule and all that stuff. Well, sodding hell, most of the bloody British media should be arrested if they're bloody opening people to ridicule. But anyway, but what's happening? And people say, well, that's good. Well, it's not good. Because, if you don't like people having an opinion about you, well, it's too bloody bad, really. Too bloody bad. Get over it. That's all it is, a few bloody words. It's someone else's opinion. They might even be wrong. They have a right to be wrong, because if we don't allow people to be wrong, someone's deciding whether they're right or wrong. We've lost our freedom, mate. So get used to it. Now, what's happened in Canada is that Muslims and Jewish people and stuff like that have taken people to this Human Rights Commission, all that stuff. But what they don't realize, some gay activists have done the same, what they don't realize is that the same laws apply to them. So now there's a thing in Canada, for instance, where a woman has taken a gay club to the Human Rights Commission for breaching her human rights, for not allowing her in because it's a gay club for men, right? So what it's doing, if you look at it, is not protecting human rights. It's using different elements of minorities to take other people's rights away. And so they're cross-referencing again, and everyone's taking everyone else's bloody rights away under political correctness. People say, oh, you can't call someone a cripple. Well, hold on a second. I've got an arthritic hand. The only thing I can do is press a key and type my books, or press that, right? It's crippled. It might not be a modern word, but it's crippled. Tell me it's crippled. Why? Because it is. I mean, let's get over it, for goodness sake. I'm going to take Manchester United to the Human Rights Commission for breaching my human rights in not allowing me to be in their first team. Because it is breaching the human rights by discrimination over someone with a hand they can't do anything with. But that's the ludicrous level it's getting to. And it's not to do with freedom and the rights of minorities. It's to do with destroying everyone's bloody freedom. I love this. This is what it's getting to. I love that. This is where we are now. I love that bit at the bottom. Also, the bridge is out ahead. War is peace. This is all Orwellian language, of course. And it's all to do with that. Who's in your head? What they're doing is programming the computer. That's what the microchip's about. In a desktop computer, the central processing unit, the brain of the computer, is a microchip. Once you get a microchip into this body computer, you can start to affect its mental and emotional processes and its energetic state. That's why they want people microchipped. Yes, on one level it's about electronic tagging, but it's about much more than that. It's about, once you get a microchip inside you, that microchip can be manipulated from afar and can affect you individually or en masse and manipulate the way we think or don't think and emotionally. Say no to the microchip under every circumstance possible, and they're much smaller than this now. The media are constantly programming the computer, programming the kids increasingly. Read this article about the effect on minds of computer games and stuff, and the way they stop the mind thinking. Exactly. Obey, here we go. And that all affects the reality that we create. The hypnotists on the news and the television, they're all working to the same thing. And then we get computer access, as I call it. I do hope you don't think I'm going on too much, because I want to get as much as I can in here. I mean, I could talk all Saturday night, but we do have a limit, unfortunately. Computer access, David D's photograph. All this shite that we're given to eat and drink, these chemical formulas, are reprogramming chemically, and therefore on every other level, as it moves across, the body computer. Destabilizing it. Stopping it functioning properly. That's what it's about. All this stuff that we get, aspartame. It's a brain Aspartame, it's a brain suppressor. It excites brain cells and kills them. It affects the way we decode reality. They tell pilots not to have aspartame drinks before they fly in the military in America because it affects their ability to fly, because it affects their brain state. And we're giving this in kids' drinks. Who brought it on the market? Donald Rumsfeld, head of Searle Pharmaceuticals, who sold out to Monsanto. That's how it got on through the processes of checking if it was safe or not, and they weren't followed, and it became a general public substance that is used all the time. Fluoride, same thing. Brain suppressant, used in the concentration camps in Germany to suppress the inmates. Genetically modified food designed to genetically modify us. Monsanto, one of the major Illuminati corporations on the planet. Vaccines. 25 sodding vaccines for kids up to 2 years of age. Beam me up, Scotty, it's sodding mad down here. What are we doing? God, and I'm crazy. What it's doing is bombarding the immune system with poison. We're told it's brought an end to all these diseases. These diseases were in free fall before the vaccine was introduced. We have an antivirus system called the immune system. And when it's just in the process of forming, you are bombarding it with 25 versions of shite, poison, and then we wonder why it affects children's physical and mental state. But it's designed to do so. They don't want the next generation of children growing up with open, aware minds that can see through the bollocks. They don't want it. So get them early. Shut them down. Craig Muttrell was telling me about how difficult it is, much more difficult he's found it is, to get people into that open, aware stage in the shamanistic stream if they've been vaccinated. And then we have this war on the alternative to that, which is the food supplements and stuff like that, which is being attacked by this organization, Codex Alimentarius, who want to harmonize regulations on food supplements and vitamins. Harmonize. Centrally control, brackets, harmonize. And who started this codex, which is short for food code or food book? Fritz Termeer, the highest ranked scientist working for IG Farben in Nazi Germany that was behind the Auschwitz concentration camps, who did 7 years or sentenced to 7 years for war crimes, and thanks to the Rockefellers came out after 4 and then became chairman of Bayer, which was a constituent part of IG Farben. In the 1960s he started this Codex Alimentarius stuff, and now it's reaching a point where they want to harmonize it to the point where they're giving control of these supplements to the transnational drug corporations and to governments so that we no longer have the choice even of using them. And it's all connected. Harmonization. Harmonization. That means this. International law. It's the new great buzzword we hear all the time. International law. What is international law? It's a law that everyone on the planet has to obey. If you want a global fascist centralized state, what do you need to impose that? International law. That's why it's being talked about all the time.